Hey y'all, so for this problem, what we're looking at is we're trying to describe the graph of this function. So in this section, what we're learning about is if we have a function, like let's say this is our function right here, f of x. If we have f of x plus 1, we're going to take every point on the f of x graph and move it up 1 unit. So it's going to look something like this. F of x minus 1 is going to take every point and move it down 1 unit. All right. But if we had f of x plus 1 and the plus 1 is on the inside, it's going to take our function and move it to the left 1 unit. And that's kind of backwards to what we would normally think because plus 1 is like right here. But it's just one of those things you kind of have to remember that it takes the function and moves it to the left 1 unit. If we had f of x minus 1, we would take our function and move it to the right 1 unit. And it kind of is a little bit backwards. But if we had negative f of x, this takes our function, let's say our function looks something like this. I'm sorry, I'm trying to change colors. If this was our function f of x, negative f of x takes it and flips it about the x-axis. So it looks something like this. This would be negative f of x. And f of negative x, again, if this was our function, takes it and flips it, if this is f of x, f of negative x takes it and flips it across the y-axis. I know it doesn't look exactly right, but trust me that that's what it does. And if it would help, you can plug like, if you plug in f of x equals square root of x into Desmos, the graphing calculator online, you can go to Desmos. You can Google that. It's a graphing calculator. If you plug in f of x equals square root of x, you can play with all of these right here and convince yourself that it does, because square root of x looks like this. Plus 1 moves it up. Minus 1 on the outside moves it down. Plus 1 on the inside moves it to the left. Plus 1 on the minus 1 on the inside moves it to the right. Negative f of x flips it about the x-axis. F of negative x flips it across the y-axis. So you can kind of play with this function and convince yourself that it's true. But for this problem, they gave us f of negative x plus 33. So f of negative x plus 33. Well, we just saw that f of negative x flips it about the y-axis. So what we're going to do is we flip across the y-axis. And this plus 33 tells me I'm going to take every point and move it up 33 units. And shift up 33 units. And then that would be my final answer.